Good morning, second English students. Now we will continue the topic problems in translation. We are discussing the general problems. So still we discuss the stylistic problem. Now we will discuss clarity, clarity and cultural problems. And clarity in the sense, I'm not going to read line by line, but the general idea I'm going to discuss. Clarity in the sense, poetry should be ambiguous. Okay, poetry ambiguous in the sense various identifying various layers of meaning. Okay, so that is idea, and that ambiguity adds more beauty to poetry. Okay, so we can interpret, we can find out in this way of meaning and another way of meaning also. Okay, so this is done by the poet consciously. Okay, this line should be ambiguous. Readers can interpret in their own way. Readers can analyze in their own way. So this is done consciously. Okay, but the poet cannot confuse you. Okay, there are differences between lack of clarity and ambiguous lines. Okay, so ambiguity adds more beauty, and it makes the readers to enjoy the poetry. And yes, as I read the poem, I can understand in this way. Again, if I read, another meaning is coming out. So this is interesting, and this adds beauty. But if the poet confuses readers, then it is not at all poetry, or not at least not a good poetry. Okay, so let's say the clarity is essential in any literature. Okay, not only literature, in any rhetoric, speech or communication, clarity is essential. Clarity, first of all, I should have the clarity. The speaker, the teacher, or poet, or anyone, the speaker should have the clarity. Okay, this is what I am going to say. If I myself do not know what to say, and then when I myself confused, naturally listeners or the readers are going to be confused. Okay, so clarity of thought is essential, and the ambiguity is purposefully given by the poet. Okay, and when a translator translates a poetry, for example, poetry, the original author consciously did it. Okay, the ambiguity. Okay, the original author with clarity wrote that particular poetry. Okay, but at the same time it adds various layers of meaning, and keeping this mind and then translating is absolutely difficult. It is very difficult. Okay, and maintaining the ambiguity along with the clarity. Okay, and let's say teachers, and third year you will study theories of communication. Of course, in the new syllabus you will not study, but we will tell you each and every word should have clarity. Whatever the words uttered by the teacher, everything, each and every word should have clarity. Okay, so therefore the teacher should be well prepared. Okay, otherwise the teacher doesn't know what to say. Okay, then naturally students are going to be confused. Okay, so this is not only applicable for teaching profession, but for any communication, clarity is absolutely essential. where the most essential thing is clarity. But speaker cannot take it as granted that okay, let them find their own meaning. Okay, so especially for a teacher, he cannot say you yourself you can write whatever you want, you can, and whatever you understand you can understand, and so let's say if you ask a doubt, and whatever you want, whatever the doubt you have, it is you are right, nothing wrong in it, you can write whatever you want. Likewise, if a teacher says he is not at all a good teacher, okay, so what is the meaning of this lion, and what is the main idea of this story, what is the moral of the story? Likewise, if the student asks this question, moral of the story, any moral you can write, any moral that you feel you can have it. Likewise, teacher cannot say or should not say, okay, and clarity is essential, and for a translator also clarity is essential, but maintaining the clarity along with the ambiguity is very difficult one in a translation. Okay, and then we have cultural problems, and it is discussed in detail. So each and every people have their own culture, their own style of living, and the cultural words are very difficult to translate. Maybe Vibhuti, Kungumam, or Thali, and all the rituals. It is difficult to translate. Okay, so they so they are all general problems in translation. And now we will move on to the main topic, translation of poetry. Again, the general or the most important problems in translating a poem. Okay, so this is first one is linguistic problem, and again this subtopic is already discussed in detail detail. Let's say as you submit the overall summary, you have to write. No need to write the complete text or copy the complete text. Okay, so linguistic problem, the generally, so the linguistic problem, the language. Okay, the language itself is a problem, especially for poetry. We have lots of problem. Each and every language have their own grammatical structure and pattern, and accordingly it cannot be translated. Okay, so this is said to be a linguistic problem. And then aesthetic problems are almost related to stylistic, that is rhyming words, images, simile and metaphors, and the feel. So these are said to be a aesthetic problem, and for me this is a beauty, and for a poet this is a beauty. For Tamilians, this is said to be the feel, emotion, and the concept of heroism, the idea of lovers, and so they are all said to be aesthetic problems. Okay, and let's say rhyming words is another best example of aesthetic problem. So the value of poetry is added only because of rhyming words. It is written in a rhythm. Okay, when we translate, the rhythm cannot be maintained. Okay, so therefore this is also a problem. And the socio-cultural problem, almost similar to culture, and socio-cultural problem and the culture along with the linguistic problem. Let's say the geography. Okay, the geography also matters a lot. The food, they also matter a lot. Let's say this example also I already gave you. we actually like winter season. Okay, we hate summer season. Almost as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, the Tamil Nadu geographical area is concerned, we always have summer. That is the reality. Okay, but in case of England, they always have winter. That is the reality. Okay, the level of coldness would be decreased. Level of coldness would be increased when, let's say, if there is summer. Okay, let's say we will go to England in the month of May. Okay, this level of temperature is not there in England. It cannot have. Okay, rather our coldest season in Tamil Nadu, the coldest month is December. Okay, of course, technically they say January. Margali, that is December. December is said to be the coldest month. Okay, and for us, December is the coldest month. For example, let's say 28 degrees Celsius. That is the average temperature in the month of December in Tamil Nadu. But this same 28 degrees will be there in the month of May. Okay, so when we go to England in the month of May, that is summer season, that temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. Not even other. Second, okay, not even 20 degrees Celsius itself is the highest degree for England. Okay, so maybe 25 or 24. Even for even summer season, they experience only 25 or maximum 28. But in the month of May in Tamil Nadu, we experience 40 or 45 degrees Celsius. Let's say 40 or 42. Okay, so this is what. But in case of December, when you go to England, that would be almost 5 degrees Celsius or 6 degrees Celsius. Very cold, absolutely cold. Okay, so in Tamil Nadu, we always love winter season. We enjoy winter season. But in England, people love summer season. And technically speaking, in poetry, people enjoy spring season. But in, let's say, as far as literature is concerned, spring season is always going to be the best season anywhere in the world. But in reality, people love, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, people love winter season. And as far as England is concerned, people love summer season. Okay. So this is the thing, and the geography, the climate, temperature, everything matters a lot. Okay, so when they go out, when people go out in England, they will wear gloves and the cap and all other things. Okay, coat and everything, because their temperature is cold climate, cold weather. Okay, but in here we have summer season. Okay, and because of geography, culture also changes. And let me tell you other examples of the animals and flowers and appearance of mountain, and they are going to be different. Okay, let's say Bengal tiger is the largest tiger even in the world. Okay, that Bengal tiger is not available in Tamil Nadu or anywhere else. Okay, it is almost 6 feet tall. The head, such a large tiger is Bengal tiger. That is available only in West Bengal. Okay, so when a tiger is described in Tamil literature, that size, the tallness cannot be compared to Bengal tiger. Similarly, Bengal tiger cannot be compared to English tiger. Okay, so the size of tigers differ from one geographical area to another geographical area. We have many number of flowers. Okay, those flowers may not be available in England, and the flowers available in England may not be available in Tamil Nadu. Okay, the plants, the trees. Okay, banyan tree that is different in Tamil Nadu and in England. Okay, so such kind of socio-cultural problem matters a lot, and those words cannot be translated. Okay, so this is the problem in translation, the general problem in poetry translation. Okay, and okay, let me stop here. We will discuss strategies of translation of poetry. 7 points are there that will be discussed, let's say tomorrow in physical class. Okay, thank you.